this is Melody, hopefully your East Tennessee real estate resource, and I'm here in beautiful Niota. Niota is a small, quaint little town in the most northern part of McMinn County, just right before you get to Sweetwater. So you've got just maybe a 10-minute drive to Sweetwater and maybe like a 10-minute drive to Athens. It's kind of smack dab in the middle, and it's such a gorgeous day. I've been in Athens today visiting with my mom, and I was like, okay, first of all, we got to embrace this beautiful day, and I need to introduce my viewers to beautiful Niota. So why not get the best of both worlds today? And I wanted to talk to you about a topic that's been weighing on my heart for a couple of weeks. So stay tuned. Let's dig in. So, friends, I have to tell you this because I've been, oh my goodness, you guys have been calling and texting and emailing me, and I just love it. I so love it to hear your stories, and I love to hear that you're coming to visit and you want to meet with me, which I cannot tell you how much that blesses my heart that you want to take time out of your vacation or what have you to just meet with little old me. I cannot tell you how much that makes my heart smile. And as I'm talking with folks, I'm realizing that there's some, I don't even know how to put it into words. There's some misinformed information, I guess is the best way that I can say it. And I don't know where it comes from, and that's not my job to point fingers, but there's a lot of stuff right now in the news. Whether you watch the news, you're listening to a podcast, you're looking on a website, there's a lot of stuff out there about real estate. And what I can verify for you is real estate is changing. It is not like it was in 2023. It's not like it was in the year 2000 or 2005 or what have you. It is changing, and it is changing this year. And one of the things that I'm running into is I am getting to talk with some of you guys, and you want to meet with me, which again blesses my heart. And you'll say, okay, I would like to see a few properties while I'm there. Can you show those to me? And of course, I'm honored to do that. But what is not been explained very well by different news sources is the fact that in August of this year, August of 2024, the National Association of Realtors has got some requirements that us as realtors have to abide by. And one of them is we have to have a signed, by both of us, buyer's representation agreement before I can show you or any other agent who is a realtor, before they can show you a home. That has to be done before we walk in the door. Now that's different, friends. In the past, the way that I've done my particular business is I will meet with you. I will, maybe show you one or two homes so you can kind of see how I work. And then I ask for the buyer's representation agreement, which I've been very honest about. I tell everybody that when they first call me. But it's changing. It's going to be something that is required in August. Well, I am a rule follower. I follow rules. I try to do what's best for my clients. And so I am being proactive. And I am asking, when you call me and you want to go see houses, I'm going to ask you for a buyer's representation agreement. That is almost like a written form of our relationship. Now, you've heard me talk about buyer's representation agreements before, and if you haven't, look at the video up above here because I'll have one linked here. But basically, it is a written agreement that you and I talk about. It has to do with what areas of the state you're going to be looking in, or that you would like for me to represent you in. And, you know, you might say, okay, Melody, I know you're really good with the southeastern part of Tennessee, but I was kind of thinking about Johnson City. I know nothing about Johnson City market. I stick with what I know. Okay. So it might be that you say, okay, Melody, I'll sign a buyer's representation agreement with you, but I only want to include the Southeast Tennessee counties. Can we do that? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you then will want to find another agent to work with who might be in the Northeast Tennessee, that Johnson City or Bristol or what have you. Okay, we can do that. There is a place on the buyer's representation agreement that says areas to be excluded from this agreement. I don't do the Johnson City area, so that would be excluded from our agreement, right? Okay. There's also a place there after we have talked that you tell me what you're looking for. So, you know, you want a ranch house, you want a certain square footage, you want 3-bed, 2-bed, whatever, you tell me. And that is put it into that agreement. And then if you decide later on, you know what, Melody, I don't think I need a ranch, I'm open to a 2-story, then we go in and we modify that agreement. So there's a parameter there that you say, okay, Melody, I'm going to hire you to help me find this house according to my specifications in the area that I'm looking for. And if it's in an area that you don't serve, then I'm going to get somebody else. Or if it's a house that is I changed my mind, I want to do a different one, you can still work with me and we can do a little amendment. Or you can find somebody else to, you know, maybe who specializes in 2-story houses, which I'm just using that for an example. I do work on 2-story houses too. But I'm using that as an example. So you do have some say-so, a lot of say-so in the buyer's representation agreement. You also decide, okay, how long do I want this agreement to be into an effect? Okay, how long? So if you're only going to be here 2 weeks, and you say, Melody, I want you to show me houses for 2 weeks, we can put it on for 2 weeks. And then if you decide, oh, I found a property that I want, this is going to take a little longer, we can extend it. But in August, it's a requirement. I am being proactive. I am doing it now to make it as an easier transition. So when I talk with you and you say you want to look at some homes while you're visiting, I'm going to ask you for that. And please note, it is not to pressure you. It is not to make you feel uncomfortable by any means. I'm just trying to get ahead of the game. I'm trying to go ahead and tell you now, this is not a Melody Wagstaff thing. This is not an East Tennessee thing. This is going to be all over the nation. Okay, it's coming. It's August. I don't remember the exact date, but I know it's in August. So I am doing it now. So what this is going to look like is we're going to have a lot more conversations. We might have to get on the phone a lot more. We might have to have video conferencing a lot more, because I want you to feel secure when you hire me. I do not ever want anyone to feel pressured or like they didn't have a choice. That's not how I work at all. I don't. I want you to feel completely comfortable with me. But it's going to look different than what you've had in the past. It may mean more phone calls. I talked to this sweet couple maybe 2 days ago. I can't remember. It's been a crazy weekend. A couple of days ago, I talked to them on the phone, and they're coming to visit, and they want to sit down and meet with me. And I was kind of explaining this to them, which was totally foreign, right? Because this has not been discussed a whole lot, but feel free to do your own research. But it's coming. And I told them that, and they said, well, actually, this is okay. Because maybe, you know, like we could send you some of the properties that we're kind of seeing online that we're interested in. And then maybe you can look at some of the disclosures online and tell us some of the more specifics of it. and get it back to us, and then we can decide at that point, okay, oh yeah, that's definitely one we want to see, or no, I don't think I want to deal with that. No, let's take that one off the list. So it's more of the upfront communication that we're going to have before we go see the property. That is going to be different. It's not a bad thing. It is just going to be different, okay? So again, when you call me and you say, hey, Melody, I want to sit down and talk with you, we can talk all day long. It'll be the most fun. But at that point, you're a customer, I'm a real estate agent, okay? Our relationship does not start until we put it in writing with a buyer's representation agreement that we go over together. And I have had some people say, hey, Melody, I'm on like the Pacific time zone and you're on Eastern, and it kind of get a little crazy. Is there any way that you can send me the document and let me look over it a little bit before we talk? Absolutely. Absolutely. Of course, because it's got a lot of information. So if that works for you, fine. You know, we can find ways to make it work for your schedule, but I'm letting you know now, this is not something that Melody has decided. This is not something my brokerage has decided. This is not something that East Tennessee has decided. This is going to be a national policy. It's coming. So I will be more than happy to show you homes, but I will need a buyer's representation agreement signed before I can unlock the first door for you. And if you have any questions about that, oh, please reach out. You've got all my contact information. It's along the bottom here. You can text me, you can call me, you can email me, and I will do my best to answer it. And if I can't, then I will reach out to smarter people than me who can answer that as well, and get you the most information that we can about this. And as always, if you would comment on this video, even if you just want to know more information about Niota, Tennessee, that'll be fine too. I'll be more than happy to help you in any way that I can. But like this video, share it. It helps me to get the word out, because this is something that is new, it's different, and sometimes it's uncomfortable. But together, we can get through this. Until next time.